Hey everyone, welcome back to Golden Goddess Alchemy. We made it. It is January 2021 and this is going to be my first video of the year on this channel. So welcome back to those of you who have subscribed to me so far. Hello to all of you who are just finding me and really wanting to know more about the Golden Goddess Alchemy, about Hathor, about Heru, and this divine feminine energy that may be calling to you and resonating to you right now, or that you're just really curious about on your journey. I was just like you at one point, and I am still learning and connecting and really being aligned to this amazing Mother Goddess energy. And I just want to say that it is not by chance that you found this channel. It is by divine design that you have. And so I hope, my hope in the energy to every video is that you really resonate with the information and that you take it and you go and do your own research, you do your own introspection about it, and you really connect to your inner truths, your intuition about what rings true for you, because we are all on our own unique, amazing journeys in this existence. And I feel called often to just share my experience with this so that, it can help someone else like it helped me. And so with that, today I am asking the question that led me here, which is Hathor your uterus? You can see with these images, these statues and sculptures of her face, the shape, her ears, all look so similar to shape and figurement of the uterus, the female womb. Even in the name uterus, you see the word Taurus. Taurus relating to the bull of the zodiac, which represents the earth element and is ruled by the planet Venus. Even beyond the zodiac, Taurus field of sacred geometry is also one that relates to this constant cyclical flow, which creates life, in which life is known to spiral out and inward, just like the Fibonacci sequence in the golden ratio shows us. So here we are going full circle again. All of these things relating to goddess energy, all of these things relating to Hathor, the mother, the womb space. And so you can understand that through connecting with Hathor, you are basically connecting with your uterus, the energy and essence of your motherhood energy, your fertility, the goddess of fertility and love and beauty. That comes from a very sacred place, and that energy is housed in the place that is shown by the embodiment depicted with Hathor, and that is your womb space, your sacral space. A lot of metaphysical studies and teachers and spiritual healers relate the sacral chakra to the color orange. Well, I really see it as the color copper, and even more of a golden tone depending on the being. But specifically with the sacral chakra, having Hathor in this representation of the bull, the cow head, and that being worn above versus below, showing the rising up of this energy into the space of divinity, the higher state of existence. And so this is what I see when I look at the representations of Hathor. I see her as many incarnated aspects, and that is kind of what I really wanted to speak about on this video. Mainly just why are there so many different goddesses in the Egyptian pantheon, the Greek pantheon, all of these other pantheons that exist, that relate to the same energies and that call to the same similar stories. And I want to really kind of talk about what I found when I intuitively went into this information with an open heart and an open mind, and I want to share that with you today. There are many goddesses. They are codes to the transformational process that is happening within the female vessel. Even the 12 signs of the zodiac are a direct, I believe, representation of this transformational process. They are literally the phases of the goddess who transcend and shapeshift into a new existence, and going through a death and a rebirth process through these experiences. Whether you are conscious of it or not, I find it so important now than ever to become conscious of it. Every 28 days, you are not the same person. Or if your cycle is even longer than that, if it's 30 days, 40 days, whatever, you are cycling just as the earth does. And so, as feminine vessels and holders of the womb, we are constantly in this flow ourselves. These stories, these goddesses, all represent the codes of the essences and energies of the divine feminine as they've evolved and transcended over time. And there are certain truths that are resounding in that open the gateway of awareness and remembrance to those who incarnated here as goddesses and those who are called to embody this energy. There's a difference between embodying the goddess and remembering that you are the goddess. And so these are two different types of existences and two different types of beings that exist here. From a quantum aspect, these goddess energies are reminding certain beings that they are the co-creators of this realm. Goddess energy, goddess stories, goddesses in general are meant to trigger your awareness to a certain muscle memory, if you will, to your own resonance. 97% of your mind is subconscious thought. And so even if you don't really understand the story, or it doesn't really connect to you with all this sacred geometry and zodiac, your subconscious is going to still be fed what it needs to be fed to awaken whatever needs to be awakened in you. That is the power of this goddess energy. It is palpable, it is powerful, and as these stories repeat and as they evolve, where you have similarities with Hathor and Isis and Aphrodite and, all of these other goddesses that just, resonate with very similar energy. The point here is to find the goddess that resounds with the message that you need for balance and internal harmony. It is about mapping and guiding yourself through this ongoing death and rebirth process that is your menstrual cycle. You are alchemizing monthly, and it is not just a physical act, it is a physical representation of a spiritual occurrence as well. And so when you know this, when you know better, you do better, right? You celebrate your menstrual cycle. You look forward to it, you prepare for it, you see the advantages of this state of mind that you're in at this time, and you also see strength in the abilities that are most highlighted within your other phases of your menstrual cycle. What if you're not having your menstrual cycle as often? Well, once again, this connection to Hathor and the uterus, and her being the goddess of love and lust and joy and beauty and pleasure and everything motherhood and feminine, is this womb awareness. You are called to see where the imbalance is when you aren't in this flow, okay? This is where I begin to be awakened to these aspects within me that I needed to heal, that I needed to have awareness of, that I needed to connect to and acknowledge. These are the anchors that create our abilities to manifest in our lives and to see so much joy and abundance. Your womb as a feminine being is where you create from. This is your creation center. This is your creative force within. We like to say that we're inspired, right? So what is in the word inspired? You are in the middle of a spiral, meaning you are in the midst of a lot of spiraling energy, and in that center is where you find your force, your creative force, and how important it is to be in a flow and in a rhythm with your own abundant creative force energy. Hathor is known as the goddess that has the ability to burn and bless. And so these are the two forces that she ignites as the benevolent goddess Hathor, who is in her kind of like springtime, making love to the world, having all this beauty and radiance everywhere she goes. That is that Hathor essence, right? But she also has another side to her. It's her protectiveness of that feminine quality, the darkness that's within her as the dark goddess, which represents her Sekhmet side, her Kali Ma side, her Pele, goddess of volcanoes and eruptions. The point of Hathor representing the uterus in this sacred connection is the consciousness of the mind and the body being in a rhythm and in a flow, just as each month the moon cycles from a new moon to a full moon. The new moon being the darkness of the moon. This is the time where the stars are brightest. You could see clearly. It's a great time to navigate and plan. You're not in so much light illusion of the moon. It's very, very wondrous time to plant seeds, just like in the darkness of the uterus when a seed is planted and conception is formed, or when you are planting the first seeds for your spring garden. Then you have the full moon when it's time to release, it's time to let go. This is such a powerful way of having this awareness about your womb and your connection to the divine source as being that which is within you and not outside of you. It's meant for you to know yourself, see it as codes, breaking down the reasons why you are an immortal ascended being. There is solutions for those of you who are not in alignment with your menstrual cycle, who are struggling with PCOS. If you're suffering from a lack of flow or a heavy flow, this is a sign of imbalance, and this is a sign that you need to start working with mind, body, soul, consciousness being all in alignment with your healing aspects of the goddess being the main focus, because it's a lifestyle change. Absolutely. Really break down these metaphysical encoded information and language that is there for us to uncover as a means of awareness of who we truly are, what we are here to do, and what we are able to do. Everything has been orchestrated in a way for a long time to really make us forget that we are our own healers, that we are the ones who bring life, and that our job is here to co-create with this realm and to really hold sacred our bodies, our intuition, our spiritual pillar that we bring to our households. This is not something to be taken lightly. Yes, there have been a lot of, systems that have oppressed a lot of this, but we are in a very auspicious time, and we are called to get in our bodies and to make sure that our bodies are up to par and are at our highest vibration so that we can continue to bring light. So if you find this resonates, and if you find that this is an exciting conversation for you, or if you have any questions, please feel free to drop me a comment below, And as always, I want to thank you so much for your presence, your love, your likes, and I'll see you next time.